So I'm here. We're working on that hardware store again. So day 4. Yesterday, oh man, it was a wreck yesterday. We got through bag 7. My sinuses were so bad, I ended up going and getting, I don't even know how much antihistamines I was on, but it was wild. And so I was sniffling the whole time. It was pretty bad. And so I finished bag 8 on my own. It took longer. My eyes were watering. I could barely see what I was doing. I was like, I got to get it done. Today we're going to try to get through bag 9 and 10. We're going to see. We're going to see. I'm holding out that this works. But already my sinuses are starting to go bad. It seems to be happening even at night. It's when it gets worse. But I'm on 24-hour, I'm on 4-hour, and I'm on regular antihistamine. I am maxed to the absolute on like sinus medication, and yet I feel like it's still giving me trouble to this day. Right now, it is a disaster, and I am getting to a point where I'm kind of done with the sinuses. All right, so I thought I had my music player up, but I guess not. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up. I'm gonna find some low key stuff to listen to kind of help me get through it, and then we're gonna get going because I really want to get as much done on this particular build as I can. I enjoy it. There were parts of it that a couple of the bags from like, come on now, like there was a few things here and there that were kind of bothered me, and I was like, I don't know about this. But all in all, like besides for a few things here and there, here I want that. It's been a awesome build. All right, so we got that up. Actually, let me pull. Trying to get to like a little window. Boom. I'll put that over there. Okay. And I got my chat up in case someone says anything. I can see it hopefully in time and chat with them. All right, so we're on bag 9. And looking at it just says bag 9. Nothing else. Pretty good. Usually we have like plates and stuff. Bag 7 had a lot of plates because we're building a floor. This time it's just bag 9. So wall. I think this is pretty much wall building at this point. So we're gonna lock in tonight, man. We're gonna lock in, get it done. Tomorrow, finish it up. I should have the review for this thing in the can by hopefully Sunday. Yeah. Let them know. And we got an awesome set that's built. Try to figure out where it's going to go in the city, right? All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead. I am going to pull this off right here. Just because we don't need the bottom half. We just need this part right here. Kind of push that over a little bit. Got our water cooler. We're going to put that back up on the wall. Again, I love absolutely the coffee machine. Like, I love the water cooler, but that coffee machine that's legit. That I liked that part quite a bit. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so here we go. Bag 9 is where we're at. Got them all in here. There's not a lot of the parts are just parts. It's nothing too crazy. We will go ahead and pull the two. We'll pull these but door pieces out. We do have some printed pieces. Like there's a tile with a safari scene on it. Brick by brick real estate. Oh, I love that. Another safari. We got several safari things. Wow, okay. I guess because it's real estate, that makes sense now. Okay. And yeah, we got lots of pieces and parts. Okay, so we need 1x2 by 5s. Looks like one of those. A 1x1 by 5. 4 1x1 bricks. And it looks like 6 of the 1x1 snot bricks. So we got 3 there, 4, 5, and let's find it, 6. And these are not the double snotted, it's just snots. Stud, not on top. Okay. It looks like we are over in this corner over here. And it looks like we are going 1, 2 over, 1 goes like this. This one looks like it's going right here. And then we are building what looks like snot brick, snot brick, and then we're topping with a snot. Okay. And we need 2 of those, so snot brick, snot nose, sinuses, snot, problem breathing, nose, sinuses, snot. Yeah, this has been rough when it comes to my sinuses. That's going here. This one's going to be going on this side. And these are all kind of loose right here, but we're going to be doing the double-sided snots here in a minute, because I have a feeling all of this is for decoration. Okay. Now, so 238, we're on 239. We need we got 1, 2 of our L plates. We got 1 of our 1x2s. We got let's see, a snot brick. Snot. 1 snot brick, a 1x2, and then a 1x. How are we doing this? We got the 1x3 going across here. We got the 1x2 here. Snot looks like it's going right here, if I'm looking at it correctly. Yeah, and then we got 1, 2, and then 1 more on top. So, Miss Lara Legends, if you don't follow Miss Lara Legends, you need to, especially for toy enthusiasts. So she had a thing with eBay Canada. I was trying to help them promote their thing, just kind of sharing out, and I was like, I never win anything sometimes. I say I never win anything, but I just won a TayRayGun set, which I was like, wow. And so I got the bamboo house, and that one's actually, it's here. I have it. It just got it yesterday and was like flipping out. I'm like, I can't believe I won something, but I did, and I was like, wow. So Miss Lara Legends had a thing where it was like, hey, you can win tickets for Fan Expo Vancouver. And I'm like, I would never win, but it's like, hey, I'll go and participate. And I was like, yeah, give me tickets. And I ended up winning, and I was like, oh man. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. The family, we can go to Vancouver, but found out it's this weekend. So, I know Lara started following me on Instagram, which I was like, hey, that's cool. I don't know if she even gets around to watching this channel or anything, but I will go ahead and say I am so bummed that I could not make it to Vancouver. I would have loved to have gone to Vancouver. Actually, I'd love to have gone to meet you, because I'm a big fan, and I'd love to see Muffin if he was there, but well, I got something in my eye. But unfortunately, with it being this weekend, there's just no way. But I do thank you for shouting me out and letting me know. She sent a message. It was a message actually on my last post building this on Instagram. Hey, check your DMs. You won something. I'm like, what? And then, in the DMs, she let me know I'd won. I was like, I wrote back. I was like, I can't make it. I was like, I'd love to. Finances, though, just not going to happen. I did kind of reach out to look to see if I could find someone that wanted to take the tickets, but I don't have anyone in the area that, because I was like, I just email it to them. I think if it wasn't tomorrow, out of all days, if it hadn't been just tomorrow, if we had a little bit more time, I probably could have secured something. We figured it out. Maybe it's summer, top of summer. But honestly, even this year for Fan Expo Dallas, because that's usually one I always go to, I actually might not go this year. This might be. I missed one year a few years back when I was with the North Texas Ghostbusters, and they had Grace McKenna there, and I was like, hey, I wanted to go to that one, couldn't make it. I went last year, and I did Tusken Raider cosplay. Oh man, I did Tusken Raider, and Zuckuss, but the Ghostbuster based Zuckuss is the one I made. And then the last day, they wanted me in uniform. I went. I bought tickets. Bought my own tickets, by the way, to go. But yeah, I showed up, did a little bit of that, but I was so like tired, and after like the parking and hauling that stuff, 5, 6, 7, and it took a while for me to recover afterwards. I was like, I might not do it this year, which is kind of weird because I normally do it, but there's also the financial situation. It's kind of like I haven't had like a lot of extra income lately, so I don't know, man. I just don't know. I'm looking. Something's not lining up. I think it's this. Oh, this and then 4. This, 4. This one goes on top. Boom, boom. Is that right? Yes. Yeah, that goes on top. Now, we're going to go... Is it 1? And then tile. So we're creating a kind of like a cornered brick sort of look here, which is nice. Surprisingly, we didn't do a double or snot on this piece here. That would have been so welcome because I've got one tile that's kind of just flipping and floating around. That's not good. That's not a good sign. Just saying, that's not a good sign, man. I mean, it's, again, build-wise, it's good. I like it, but there are some things I would definitely change. Like I would have probably changed this brick up a little bit, made that snot brick in there, just so that right there on the end doesn't wiggle. And we'll straighten these up, make sure everything's all nice and settled. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. There you go. And we are going to be copying the same thing on the other side. What did that go to? Oh, that's a drawer. Whoops. I was like, oh my god, what did I do? Like, what part did I break off by accident? Thankfully, it's just a drawer. A drawer that won't go back in. It's like, hey, Tay, you got to hold it in the camera, except I can't. Alright, this one does get the 2 snot bricks on there, which, again, that's what we want. And then we're going to go tile, 1x2 tile, 1x1 tile, 1x2 tile, 1x1 tile. And it's a pattern. And it's to, again, give that illusion of this thing being made of mason bricks and having, like, decorative corners. Which I like. It works. It works so it's cute, as we used to have someone say all the time. Oh my goodness. I might actually have to, you know what? You're out. One day you're in, next day you're out. Drawer, you are out. You are fashionably causing me stress by falling out every time I move this build. So you're done. Into the game. You're out. No more. No mas. No mas. Okay. Now it looks like this is going to be an outside light. Now this set does not have any lights, and I don't know if. See, I don't remember seeing any. All right, I gotta take the big bricks out again. I don't know if there's any. This thing hasn't been around for too long, so I don't know if there's any light kits made for it just yet. But I would definitely say if there is eventually a light kit, I'd be down to clown. I'd be down to get a light kit. I think it's kind of. I think it'd be cool. I would definitely be down for that. Alright, got a bracket, a 1 by 2 1x1s, 1x1, 1x1, a 1 by 3, one of them, and a 1 by 4. Kind of where we're at, right? Okay. Let's stack them. 1 and 2, and then a bracket. Ooh, bracket. Now we've got this one. It's a 1 by 2 curved tile that's modified, so a half circle curved tile, and we're putting that on the end. So that's kind of like, I guess, like a light. And then we're over here on this. So let's move this where it's kind of our jam, our jammy jam. That's going there. 1 by 1, 1 by 3. Our specialized brick that we made from plates, and one more 1 by 1. Okay, so I guess that's like an outdoor light. That's what that's going to be. All right, now we need 2 of the pictures. Let me check. Are they all the same picture? It's count. Yeah, they're all the same pictures. Okay, so we need 2 of those. A 1 by 4. A 1 by 3, 1 door, and 1 frame, and then this kind of. It is a 1 by 1 tile with a curved end on it. Okay, now I need to be over here on this wall, so let's move this down. Let's move this across like so. Boom, boom, boom. And that's going to here. Am I correct? Boom. And then I think these are going into here. It looks like they have it. It's hard to tell how they have things lined up because we're not seeing the inside of the plate or brick when they are doing these. So it's really hard to tell for some of them exactly where they want the plate to go, but I have a feeling that this goes over, so that means that that one tore up my fingers a little bit. I have a feeling that they are going with the in-between, the anti-stud portion that has the in-between spots. This is going to go right here over on this door area here. Boom. So we got a, I guess it's like a patio door, I believe. That's going out. We'll have another door here. And then we've got a couple of bricks. 1 and 2. Just like that. And now we're building up even more. So we need a 1 by 1. 1, 2. Now it's interesting. These are not L plates. Instead they're like T plates, man. I've never seen those. This would be one of those that's like, I got some delicious parts, man. When it comes to like cool stuff, I was like, yeah, I'd totally be down to clown for that. But it is unlike any other part. You'll see, that makes it interesting in my opinion. Got a 1 by 3, a 1 by 3 plate, a 1 by 1 plate. Oh my goodness. Oh man. All right. So let's put them right here. We got to go on the end for this. Let me kind of adjust that just a little bit so we can see a little bit more of that. 1 and 2. And then 1, right? Goes right there. And then these are going to go in there. All right, so let's line these up, 1 and 2. It's weird because it's almost like a half of a anti-stud over, but they line up correctly. It actually looks very nice. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 1 more, and then we're putting a 1 by 3 over the top. So we've got almost like a balance for a window. That's going to go right up there. Looky there. Nice. Well done. Well done. All right. Making sure I got everything on that. Yep. Alrighty, ready. We're on step 246. Lots of steps in this, by the way. A lot. 1, 1, 2, 1 by 3s. 1, 2, 1 by 4s. 1, 1 by 6. And then 1, 1 by 8. Let's check it. 2 more. Yep, that's it. Alright, so I've got this oriented this way. We've got a twofer, 4, a 3, and then we're going up on top of it to create more on the wall up here. So, how do we put that? 4, 3, I believe that's number 8, and then a number 6. I'm surprised that this particular set doesn't have, they went with the smooth bricks instead of having the textured bricks. I figured they would have had, I don't know, like more texture on the outside for the brick aspect of it, but we did not. All right, we're building up on our stairs. We need 1, 2 of these. Whoops. 1 of these. 3 of our 2 by 4 bricks. And let's take a look. We got 1. And then wait. Look at what I did. So we got 2 going on the bottom first. 1, 2, and then slope. Then 1, 1, then the 2 by 4, and then another slope. And we'll be plating these to add the dark gray on there. We're just not doing it now because I have a feeling, yep, like I said, it's in the next step. Absolutely next step. All right, so we got another 1 by 2. It's actually, yeah, 1 by 2 slope, 1 by 2 brick, 1 by 3 brick. Looks like 1 of the dark gray 1 by 1, a 1 by 2 modified, a 1 by 3. We need 3 of those. 1, 2, 1 by 2, another 1 by 3, and a 1 by 4. Okay. So let's go on to, let's pull this over here. 2, 3, slope. And then we've got a modified, a 1 by 1, and then a 3, another 3, and another 3, and then 4, and then 2. Look at that. That is looking nice. I'll kind of lift up so you can kind of see. Yeah. Some good looking stairs. I like the technique that they're using for this. Looks good. Alright, we need 1, 2 1x2 plates. We need a reverse bracket. Or no, that would... I'm trying to remember if it goes up. No, I think if it goes down, it's a bracket. If it goes up, it's a reverse bracket. But this is kind of a... This is a bracket. I mean, you could say it's not plate if it's closer to like the level of the plate, but that goes up enough. I think it is actually a bracket. And then a 1 by... Oh my goodness. And a 1 by 6. Okay. We're going here, 2. And a 2. And we're making 2 plates and a bracket. Boom. That's 3 plates worth is actually 1. Whoops. 3 plates worth is the same height as 1 brick. So that's why usually if they're like, hey, we need to put something like this, we got to shoehorn a plate in, it is 3 plates high. Did I get this right? Yeah, looks like I did. Press everything down. Okay. That is 249. Let's go over to 250. We'll grab this. Another door with the plate thing. 1 by 4. 1 by 2. And 1 by 1. This time, oh my goodness. Oh. We're going to the outside, and then we're putting our door in. Boom, boom. And then we've got our handle. Now, they're using this tile. One of the things I noticed about this set is every door, they've got something on there to show, like a handle. So, kind of cool that they're doing that. They didn't have to, but they are, and I like it. This will be going right here. And then, let's see, what is it? 1, 4, 2. All right. And now we're building up just a little bit more. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 and 2. A 1 by 3. And a 1 by 6. So we got 1 and 2. Now we're creating, it looks like the same sort of thing on the other. So right here in the center, we're going to go ahead, we're going to do kind of what we did with the last one, where we put 1 plate in the center, and then we're going to line these 2 T plates up. 1, 2, and then we're going to put that onto here. And then these 2 are going to go on the end. 1 and 2. Press it all down. This is going to go right across here. Boom. Alright. And now we're going over to the other side. 1 and 2. 1 here. That's a bracket. A 1 by 2 brick. A 1 by 3 brick. and then a 1x4. How are we making this? So 3. Let's go ahead and make our bricked bracket. So 2 plates, bracket on top. That's going to be turned in this way, and then we've got another brick right over here. And this is going to go right on top there. Boom. All right. One by 8, 1 by 3, 1, 2 of these, 1 of these, another picture, and then our 1 by 3 that goes on the top of this. And I think they're called a valance. So it's like the part that goes on the outside of the window is a valance. V-A-N-L-A-C-E, I believe, valance. And that's kind of that. Ooh, what did I knock off? Looky there. That is troublesome. Yeah, let's reclaim that back up to here. Let's build it by hand here, and then we'll set it afterwards. I'd be careful about that. That could cause an issue. Hopefully that holds that together. We're gonna put this up here. This goes right over here. So again, going to the 2 in between anti-studs in the back. That goes here. It's going across here. And we're just trucking along with creating this wall. We're kind of finishing all of this up. And I kind of wonder, I think this, I don't know if it has opening doors when it comes to like TayRayGun. You can hinge open sections to look at it. This is fairly large where it's like I get my hand in, set things, but nothing opens. There's been argument in the community about that where some people are like, no, I don't want a dollhouse. I'm like, yeah, I get it. But I will say, for reasons of like photographing my sets, taking pictures, you know, doing like setup scenarios and taking pictures of things, having a door open is so easy in the long run to photograph things, to have like all the extra ins and outs to make something look, you know, like, hey, this looks real, or I can, you know, put this in there and it looks just like that sort of thing. It just makes so much sense to kind of dollhouse it where you have that door or have that thing that opens up and you can see more into it. And you can still take off the top, then you can open doors and do all that, and it makes the interior a lot easier to get into. And I think for me, I like modulars. I do. And when we say modulars, we normally mean one of two things. If we say mod, it's modded, so it could be anything that's just changed. But then you have modulars, which modulars usually indicates that the base plate is a 32 by 32, which I think is what, 10 by 10, or it means that it's completely enclosed all the way around. Okay. I have modulars from like TayRayGun, right? The skate shop is considered a modular, but it's not a 32 by 32 plate. It is, however, a plated item. So it's a building on a plate, which still fits that kind of broad definition of a modular. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I'm wrong on that, I want someone to tell me. I mean, do it gracefully, but let me know, so that way I can make sure I'm not fibbing to people, because that's the last thing I'd want to do. But you know, from the lingo I have gleaned, and you know, building and you know, watching my favorite builders tackle things and definitions of things, that's kind of what I've gotten from it. That's how that works. Okay. We've got, of course, these pieces here. This is like some sort of shelf, maybe. We need 1, 2 brackets. A 1x2 and then a 1x4. Yeah, 1, 1, and 1. Okay. And this is going, it looks like on the top of this, just like that. It's like this and like that and like this and Okay, now we need 1, 2 of these 1x1 plates. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the inverted brackets, and then looks like 2 1x1s, and then 1 1x4. We're getting close to an end on bag 9. Surprisingly, this one is not taking quite as long as things have in the past. Of course, it also helps that my I'm still having sinuses, don't get me wrong. It's still very painful right now, but it's not on the level it was yesterday. Yesterday was nightmare fuel when it came to my sinuses. It was not fun, not at all. It was not very good. Okay, here we go. So we are putting this to here, and then placing this up and this up. So this is interesting. We're changing the orientation of these brackets and plates in order to make kind of a dip sort of thing, which is kind of cool. Okay. Now, 1, and so 1, 2 1x1s. One of these interesting curve pieces. I've never seen this before. There's definitely some unique parts that I've never dealt with for some of this, which I'm okay with. Man, I'm always anytime that you have a chance to learn something or a new skill, or especially if we're brick builders learning like a new build technique, I am going to embrace that like crazy. We're making, those are blinds. That's kind of cool. Here, let me pop that off. So they're making blinds. That's how they're doing it. Might not necessarily been the way I've done it. I would have done it, but I think it works. It works. Okay. 1, 1. We got a what is this? Hold on. I think I've got it over there. It is a plant flower stem with stud and 3 stems. No. This is a... Oh my goodness. I can't remember which one this is, but it's basically a stem with 3 leaves and it's a pinhole is kind of what we're getting to on that. Okay, now look, I have a whole bunch of these extra flowers. I'm gonna go ahead and pull from what I do have before I start tearing off the new ones. We got another green. Okay, so we just got these. Green. Green. Blue. And white. We're going to pin that into here. And this is going to pin right into here. There we go. Okay, so we got 1, and then let's grab the next one, and then we need a purple. Of course we do. A orange, right? And then a red. Do I have a red that's already out? No. But, we'll get one. I got it. I got it. Alright, orange is going to go on my tall one over here. Purple right here. Oy vey. Get on there, flower. Alright, and this is going to peg right into here. Could almost made a color wheel out of it. Done your primaries and your secondary colors in between everything. That would have been really nerdy on my end. Which, hey, I'm okay with, man. That's how I roll sometimes. Oftentimes, how I roll is downhill. Picking up steam as I go. Alright, so we're making a hanging plant. So that's going to go like that. And then that's supposed to clip to the outside over here. But I got some flowers in the way, so let's do this. Let's clip it to here. There we go. I just don't want to knock all the flowers down. Okay. Alright, 265. We need 3. 1, 2. Nope, 1, 2, 3 of the snot bricks. 1, 2, 3 of the regular bricks. A L plate, 2 of them. 1, 2, a 1x1, a 1x3. This guy right here, and then 2 of these. Wow, we're down to the last little bit. We'll have to do the corner, I think this corner over here. So that's probably what this stuff is right here. So 1 here, and then 1 right here, yes, and 1 right here. There we go. So 1, 2, and then 3 of these. Okay, so we got snot brick, snot brick, and snot. And thankfully, I don't have any of that problem right now. I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I don't want it. Alright, now we've got brick and then a 3. 1x3. Alright, this one says we need to stack these 2 plates. And that's going to go on top right there, right? I think that goes there. Oh my goodness. Alright. Now, kind of what we were doing before, but 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1 and 2. Am I correct on this? 3, maybe. Okay. So we got a snot, brick, snot, brick, brick, and then a snot and a snot. Snot. And snot. That's a little awkward. Not what I was expecting, but this is going to go over here and face out that way. Okay. Man, I'm going to trust the process on this one because hopefully they're going to know more than me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All the way up to 7. Ah, you see what I did there? I'm not going to give you the benefit. You are not going to have me say that. Okay, I'm going to move this down so I can see. So we've got these. They're almost like half Travis bricks. So Travis brick is a brick like this that has studs on the side, but then they've got them all the way around. These are only half Travis because you still have no studs on 2 of the sides. Whereas Travis brick has 1 on the top, anti-stud on the bottom, and then 1 stud on each side. So the grand total of 5 studs for a 1x1, right? Yes. Oh man. And then what was I saying? Oh, and then after that the I can't remember, man. I'm gonna stop trying. Oh yeah, so it's a, like I said, it's a Travis brick that has studs all the way around, so 2 sides don't, so it's almost like a half Travis. That's what we're going to call them. Half Travises. Okay, and we're going to tile this side. So we need 7. Okay, and then we need 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 there. Going out, down, out, down, out, and down. So kind of like what we did before. So it goes here. 1, 2, 1. And then 2. And then a... Oh, wait a second. Okay. It does not line up like the others do, apparently. 3, 1. Ouch, I just popped my finger on that one. 3 and a 1, so kind of like that. Then we've got this 1 here. One more here. 1, 1, and then 1 on the bottom. Boom, just like that. So kind of like this, and then we'll fix these. 1, 2, 1, 2, just like that. Okay. Press all these down. We want them sandwiched really, really well. Boom, kind of like that. Okay. All right. Now here is. Oh wait, we're. Okay. So we're now on bag 10. So we finished everything for 9. Is that correct? I'm gonna look at the image over here just to make sure. Yes, so we're now finishing all of this for bag 10. We'll need 10, and we'll need the sticker sheet. Now, this is where I'm trying to decide if I really want to do the stickers, how many I want to do, if I want to do them all or just a couple. I'm usually not too big about doing too many oversized stickers on certain parts of builds. Like, that's just not something I'm the biggest fan of, but I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to keep from doing it. Just, I'm apprehensive. That's the word, apprehensive. Okay. Those are done. I had to bring out the pliers for that. Wild. Scandalous and wild. You had to do what? Had to bring out the pliers to get one thing done. Number 10. And now we'll keep going. I keep getting buzzed, and I'm wondering if there's something going on that I'm missing. Let me go check it. Uh-oh. Let's see. I gotta take care of this real quick. You know what? I think I've got a friend, Mitch. I think Mitch Brix might be around that Vancouver area. That could be good. I could shoot that over to him. So anyways, yeah, like I said, I won. That was Lar Legends saying, hey, just a reminder, shoot me over the info so I can send you the tickets. Because I won tickets to Vancouver, but I'm like, I can't go. But yeah, it's kind of wild. So I was like, you got it. Let me send you the stuff. And then I was sitting there thinking about it. It's like, I don't think I know anybody that lives in Canada that's around there, but Mitch might actually. He might be close to Vancouver. That might be a nice thing to send over to him. I think the problem is because it's this weekend, and I think that's where I'm like, oh, if it had been a little bit further out, I could have planned it a little bit better. But I'm poor at planning as it is, and yeah, me planning to is not the same as the world actually needing to plan to. But anyway, so I was shooting that back over to Lara Legends to get that all set up, and then I can say, yeah, here it is, got it for you, and then I might see if Mitch wants them. Might be nice. It's interesting because I've been here lately. I'm on multiple channels, right? So I'm on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and most of the content is the exact same. There's not, like TikTok has got a different angle for the lives than what YouTube and Twitch have. Though I'm trying to figure out the vertical settings so I can just run them all together in one thing. It might make it easier for me. But it's like, it's not the big of a deal. I can use my phone for one and just put them on there and kind of move along, right? Well, with that, sometimes I will get confused on who is doing what and where I need to be for this and this and this. So I think after this, I might check and see where he's at. Because if he's close, because it's kind of hard to run a kind of a thing for the night before a show for me. But I think if Mitch is around there, he might like to go. He's been good to me, Good guy. I could even, if he can, I can ask Jeff. I think I got some people around the Vancouver area I can ask. I just got to reach out and find them and figure it out. So 1, 2. So we're going with tall windows here. 3, and then we've got 1, 2, 2, and 3, and then 2 1x1s. 1, 2, and yeah, let's get them set up. 1. Stack these again, another one, and we're gonna be putting this to a 1x1 or 1x4 plate. I just dropped that. Let me find it. It's right here. It fell into my AliExpress train bag, which I was able to put one bag of that together. I've got several sets I'm like super excited about, but then I'm like, oh, I'm rushing this and I don't have this done. So I'm getting to the point where I'm looking and I'm trying to prioritize which sets, which ones do I need to do right now, because there's certain ones I need to do, and then there's certain ones I can just kind of like and just kind of say, move along, don't need to worry about it. But this set is one I have to get done. This is I've kind of got some contract on this one, so it's like I do need to finish this up. 1, 2, and 3. And besides, I'm digging it, and I also want to get the review for it done. This is a pretty cool set. It's a relatively new set, so it's like any news on this as far as like the build, how it works, that sort of thing, anything that can help people out, that to me is kind of worth the money on that. All right, this is supposed to go it's supposed to go here, right? You know what? Let me finish building this part, and then let me go and figure out where that's supposed to go to. I just want to get all the little parts off the table and not knock them off on the floor. That's the area where it's like, yeah, you really trying to find some of these little pieces on the floor in here. It's nightmare fuel. It's definitely not something I want to have to do. All right, I'm gonna set that there, and I'm gonna turn this like this so it fits what I need. And now I need to reverse some of these pieces. This goes over here. I'm surprised that we didn't get another type of plate or thing on this that would hold these together, but we did not. And we only have 1 point of clutch instead of having 2 points, so it feels solid, but it's one of those where I'm like, yeah, how long is that going to last on there? And then there's no printing on the other side, so you can see it from one angle, but then the other side, it just, that feels a little dead. Like I was like, oh, that's cool, but I'd like to have seen both sides. And I say that because I've got a Japanese barbecue shop sign, and both sides of that are printed, and I love that both sides are printed. But we're not getting it with this one. Okay. We got this made, and then we need, what is it? 1 1x2, 2 of these gray or green? They're gray. 1, 2 of the rail plates, and then 2 of the 1x1 brown tiles, right? Yeah, 1 and 2. So we're gonna line these up, 1 and 2. This goes between them. These go on the end. The clutch on this one doesn't feel very tight. That's kind of weird. Weird. Okay, now we need 1, 2 of these stems. 1 and 2, and we're going back with another yellow and red. Yellow and red. I got another message. One and 2. Got 1 here. 1 here. Got a red one right here, and then a yellow on this side. Boom and boom. Now, this should, oops, fell off. Okay, this is supposed to go right here in this part of the window. That's gonna clutch down to there. So we got some flowers in the window, and then it looks like this is, yeah, kind of going right here. And then we need a 1x2 and then a 1x2x5. 1x2x5 right here. 1x2 on top. Boom. Done. Right? All done. Let's see. Don't see anything. Moving on, right? Uh-oh. Wait, I did see something. Oh, never mind. It's just someone liking a reel that I did. I mean, not like that. I love that people are liking the reels. It's just like, right now, like, I'm in the middle of this. I'm doing this right now. My 80-addle brain is not going to be able to focus on too much at once. So let's get the build done first, and then we will worry about the other stuff. All right, so we need 2 brackets. A 1x1 plate, 1x2 in white. What is this? A 1x2 in like a cream. Yeah. Or not cream, it's like a coyote. And then a 1x2 reverse bracket. We need one of those. We need 2 of the 1x2s. There's the other one, it looks like. Yep. And then it's at a gray 1x4. A 1x4 tile in gray. And then a 1x1 in white. Let's see what we got. Get some drink here and let's take a look at it. This definitely looks like an office. The one thing that I'll get on mods doesn't have a bathroom. But that's okay. That is totally fine by me. Not complaining. Not complaining, man. Not complaining. Not complaining. What just happened? Alright. Clutching at my pearls. More like clutching at my bricks right now. Alright. We're going to build it like this. So we're going to take our windows. We're going to put that on top. Then I'm going to take it all. So that way I can sandwich it with my fingers. Might make it a little bit easier. I got big old thick crazy fingers here. Easy, easy, easy for sandwiching things down. Okay. And then 1. Nope. Goes like that. 1, 2. 1 on the end, and now this shall rock into place and attach right there. That's a little loose. I don't like, but once we put something across here, that should be fine. But for right now, it's loose, and it's kind of got me worried because it's like, yikes, I don't want to lose that. Okay, 1, and this guy right here, a 1x1. What is that? A 1? Nope. A round 1x1 with 3 bamboo leaves. That's what it's called. Very technical stuff we have, you know. Super technical. I tell you, sometimes Lego builders, we're so technical. We don't play around, man. Not at all. Who am I kidding? We play around all the time. Alright, this is going to go right into here. We're going to grab our stud to stud. Need a little bar for that. Let's see if I can do it this way. No! It's like I'm really trying to avoid having to get a little pin out to take care of it. Like, I'm really trying to avoid that. Like, I don't want to do it. It's not that I'm lazy. It's just that I'm lazy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that one out loud. Oh, man. And looks like a yellow. Boom. And yeah. So what I love about these, they have all the flower spikes. They're like, put this there, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. I can't see what that is. So I just kind of put them in there. I'm like, moving on. Seriously, moving on. We got one blue, one green, and one purple. Yeah, these are... There's so many flowers. Probably more flowers than I'm used to in a build. But it's alright, man. It's alright. What kind of... It ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string. You know, summer fling. Alright, we'll put this flower right there. And this is to go into there. Boom. We got ourselves a little plant. This is going right up here in the window. How much is that plant in the window? That's my plant soaking up sun. That's the sound that it makes. JK, I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go ahead and grab all the panes because 1, 2, 3, one more. Need a tall one. One. Okay. And then we need these plates. 1, 2. Let's find the other halves of these. 1. And where is it? I know you're in here. There it is. I was going to say, so far out of this build, I have not had a missing brick. And I'm knocking on wood because I want to make sure that that's still the case here in a little bit. But yeah, it's been pretty solid build. Not going to complain at all. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. One and 2. And then let's see, this. Put this here, 1 and 2. Now I like this technique, but it often, oh my goodness, it often leaves gaps between windows. We had a very similar technique with the TayRayGun Midnight Haunted Mansion. They got this really cool bay window that goes out. It's a little bit different that we didn't have a hinge, but we had like stuff in between and then the windows up, and it was just it was interesting. Like, nothing wrong with the build. It just, like, I was sitting there looking after I was done. I'm like, I wonder if there was another way to do this where we didn't have quite so much gapping in things. And I know that with the nature of what we're doing, anytime you get a slant, you're going to get some sort of gapping here or there, or something's not going to line up correctly, or this, that. I mean, we're technically building our toys with toys. Interlocking blocks are toys. And we are building more toys, like models and things, with toys. So, yeah. Big industry in this. 1 and 2. Okay. Now we need 2. 1 1x4. It's like 2 1x2 tiles. 1 2 That's going to go across here and hold these together. So we got 1 and 2. So this is how we're creating our bay window. Okay. If I followed all the directions correctly, I should be able to place it. Yeah. This is going to go right into here. And that'll turn right into there. Oops. And I took the whole window down. Of course I did. You know why? Because that's what I do, man. Ah! I knocked that street lamp over. Okay. I'm like knocking everything over and over and over. I'm having problems. I knocked my plant over. I knocked this thing over. I knocked this thing over and that thing. It's like this and like that and like this and now let's try this again. There and there. Alright, don't touch it anymore. Alright. Okay. That's set. Now we're building another window. So we need 1 and 2. 1 and 2. We got 1 pane here. Pane here. 1 over here. Boom, 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 boom. And 1 right here. What else do we need? We need 2 of these 1x4s. Ooh. So just so you know, I've got a new pair of glasses coming in. I'm actually going to be switching up my glasses a little bit. I finally moved into the ring of having prescription glasses. I'm actually quite amazed by this. But I will have glasses and I'll have a pair, and they probably won't change too much because that's kind of the pair I will have to wear for a while. But yeah, I'm excited, and they're gonna be cool. All right, so this is gonna go right here. Interestingly enough, it kind of butts up with this window over here. There's a few areas where it's like I kind of wish they would have done a couple extra studs on the floor to make some parts a little bit easier for build. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a builder, man. I don't know anything about building and designing. I'm just a builder. I don't make my own mocks and oh wait, oops, I do. And so that's where it's like, yeah, no. There's a few things here where it's like, yeah, for review purposes, they're gonna stay. Once the review embargo is done, and I can mosey on, some things are getting changed. Normally, like after I'm done reviewing, the review goes out. It's been out for a few days. That's when I go, and then I start like rebuilding things and getting kind of wild and crazy. And that's what I do. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. Like, man, what am I doing? And I'm gonna set that back in here. And then we're building another windowsill with a plant. Looks like the same thing, which is okay. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be something different. It could be this. It could be the same thing. I'm fine with that. I don't need change and to feel excited about anything. Surprisingly enough, this is actually a pretty exciting set. So, like, it's like I'm joking around. I'm, making a fool of myself doing it. But in all honesty, like, this has been a solid set. I dig this set quite a bit. Surprised. Surprise. Alright. Plant leaves go out. 1, 2,
move these a little bit. I want them to sit further down, and then we'll do our little flower stems. Oh man. 1 and 2, just like that. That. Now that should fit right. Oh, look at what I did. Can you believe that? I put it on the top of the windowsill. I put the plant that goes in the bottom on top of the windowsill. You know what? I don't think it's because I'm tired, because I have been working all day. To be quite honest, you know what I think it is? I think I'm tired because of all of the medications I had to take in order to not have my nose and face run all down, you know, on screen all over my build and gross everybody out. So it's kind of like, yeah, definitely feeling goofy because of all the meds, like the sinus medication. Ugh, I do not like this feeling, BT Dub. This is not my favorite feeling to have. I'm like, nope, I don't want it. I don't need it, but I am woozy because of sinus meds. So yay. That's how the cookie crumbles, I guess you could say. Let's see. A flat tile. 1 white. So white 1x4. There it is. And then 2 1x2s. 1. Is that correct? Is it really 2 or is it just 1? Oh, there it is. Psh, man, if that had been a snake, that thing would have exploded under my Goku style punch. JK, it would have bitten me, and then I would have died here from snake poisoning, from venom poisoning. And the rate that my sinuses are going, I wouldn't be surprised. Man. Oh, whoops. Don't need it like that. This is here. That one goes here. 1. And 1. This one goes across here. 1. This goes on the back. Oh, I got you. I got your plate. You're going right back. You know that, right? Interesting. I guess it goes right back here. I didn't see it on the thing, but if it's like the other, I'm seeing what I need, right? But it was odd. It was just odd. It looked odd. Sometimes odd is not good. Okay. Need a 1x10. So it's 5 and 5, 1x10. Need 2 of them. 1, 2. We need 2 1x8s. 1. 2. 2 1x6s. 1. 2 two or just one? Oh, they're two 1x5s. Oh, I don't know how to count, man. 1, 2, and 3 of the 1x3 plates, and then 1, 2 of these reversed. These are like the get off. 1, 2. I call them ceiling caps, but they're like little reversed stud tiles that go on the bottom of something. Okay. Starting out, it looks like we have one of these that goes here, right? Oh man. Alright, so let's go 1, 2, and 3. I think that goes on top like that. And these go on the bottom. 1 and 2. Okay. This is going to be going right over here, yes. It's kind of like that. Okay. And then we got all these plates right here. Oh my goodness. Last 4. 1. Last 4 over here. Just like that. 1, 1. These are going to go across here. 1 here. 1 here. This goes across here, I believe. Right? Yeah. Kind of press up. And that's going to hold that window into place. I want it to be nice and tight, to be quite honest. Right. So it looks like 1 and 2. Man, I cannot stop yawning right now. This is not good. 1 by 1. And then we got this one. And it looks like the same thing. We need the opposite one. Right here. 2 L plates. A 1 by 1 bracket. This 1 by 2 speed bump. 1 by 4 modified. Regular 1 by 4. This bigger 1 by 4, and then that bigger 2 by 6. Yep. Okay. Going all the way across here. So 1 here. This one goes right here. This one goes right here. Right here. And then we gotta start building this up. It all goes together here. Got 1 and 2. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see. And then we got this, and then these 1 and 2, right? And this one needs to go out 1. That's what I did wrong. Here. And this one goes up above like this. Okay. So we're going to put this over here. Boom. It's going to go up top. Boom. Okay. moving along. I think 10 might actually end this, and then after that, it's all the next floor, which I'm totally fine with. I can hold off for one more floor if I needed to, if I really needed to. Okay, 1 by 2. 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 of these. One by 4. And then there's a cheese wedge in here that I'm missing. There it is. Not missing it. I'm just not looking hard enough. But it's there. Alright. So it looks like we got 1 and 2 like this. Then we're putting this down, build it like this. 1, 2, and then 1 more here. That's going over the top. And this is going on the top of these 2 right here. Let's check it out. Look how ornate that is. Isn't that pretty? Very nice. Very, very, very nice. There was one time, so when I was in the film industry, thinking about like things that are pretty, we, besides for me, we did a job in this one place. I think it was the Dallas, one of those, but they had this really, really, really cool house, really cool items. The house was gorgeous, but they had really ornate windows for some parts of the house, which was nice. And it was in an old established neighborhood in Dallas, so it was like, it was very pretty. It was very, very pretty. I cannot even begin to discuss how gorgeous and immaculate it was. How amazing it was. Alright. How are we doing this? So, same thing? Weird, but I'm gonna reverse this one. I want it to go the opposite way because I like uniformity, but sometimes there's a portion where I'm like, I like uniformity on a higher level than some people. So for me, it's like, yeah, I need to get this fixed. Oh, there it is. I had it out this whole time. And it has it out for me. Okay, this is going right there. And then we got this. And 1. And 2. And this is going to clip right up to here. Okay. Ooh, man. And now we're building, oh wait, I have these 2. I haven't finished this. I hadn't finished. I'm trying to move on. I hadn't finished. Look at that. A mess, man. Absolute mess. Now we'll turn and we'll work on this porch area here. So we need 1, 2, 3 of these. We need 1, 2 of these little whole pieces. 1, 2 of these. 1 to 2. Technic bar. A 1, 2 of these. Modified plate. Bird. Is that everything? I think so. No, they say the bird, and the bird is the word. You know what the quickest way to lose subscribers is start making really bad jokes. You can run them all off for a short while. Let that be today's lesson. Whew. 1 and 2 are pen. Ugh. You know what? I have to do it like this. I gotta take that down so I can pop that in. Telling you, man, the meds I took are really taking a toll on me. Having a hard time. 1, 3, 1 plate. And then our bird. We got a bird. Okay. Scoop my leg up here. Plant. Let's see. Round stud. Planter. That's orange, green, and blue. Orange. Green. And blue. Okay. I got so many things that are upside down over here. One. I'm starting to get tired, and I'm gonna sound kind of weird because here's my thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out. I am on sinus medication, and that in conjunction with how I've been feeling and other things that attribute to this, without giving too much myself away, I am definitely feeling goofy right now. So if I just start randomly talking to myself, that's what's going on. I've probably forgotten where I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. Seems kind of wild to think that, but hey, sometimes it's true. Okay, I'm struggling. I'm struggling just also, again, I'm exhausted right now. Absolutely exhausted, and I'm paying attention, kind of, also not really. Alright, I think I just fell asleep. Oh, man. Okay, I'm determined to get this bag done. And then I can go to bed. Then I can be back at it tomorrow, a little bit earlier, on my regular Saturday live stream. So, there we go. Okay. Oh, no, look, I missed a part. This has a stud that goes on it right here. Why are you messing with me, man? Okay, 1 and 2. so we've got 2 hanging plants on the outside. I like how they're doing it. Pretty basic. It's not anything too wild and crazy, but it is definitely looking to see, do I have enough room for all that? Yeah, it looks like I do, but it's acting kind of like I don't. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 here. 1, 2, 4. 6 of these. Boom. Alright, let's take it around. Let's look. I'm going to flip that up that way. How do I want to turn this? Oh, look, I got another brick sign. Should have that on this side. Shouldn't I? I think it goes like this. Maybe that goes like that. I don't remember seeing anything about that, but I have a feeling that's what I'm supposed to do, and I didn't do it. Okay, so from right here, nope, it's a 1x3. Sadly, some of the 1x3s and the 1x4s in the instruction, they start to kind of look the same, so it's really hard to tell what's what. So 1x6. Another 1x6. Number 4, or I should say a 1x4. Actually, that needs to be a 1x3. Again, so close. And it's designed that it looks the exact same, but it's not. And we got this. One of these. And then a 4. So, we got to reverse it. I did it wrong. It's 4, 2, and then 6. One here. One here. And one there. We got this. We got this. And we got this. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. I had a couple pieces left over. That's kind of strange because usually I don't have pieces left over. Unless, you know what? I kind of wonder. Let me see if I can find a picture of the inside. That looks like. Yeah, that's what I did. So right here, boom. This has one more that goes on top. Ugh. I gotta remove this table. Get the tweezers, get the plant off the floor. I gotta do it this way. So that plugs right into there. I was wondering, man. Yeah, it's true. I did it wrong. Okay, now goes on here. Got all that set up. Now we'll plug that back into place here. Oh, and of course, doing that, I broke the chair. Oh, this chair and we had fights yesterday. It was not good. I plan, after this review is done, I will be rebuilding that chair into something that is functional. As it stands right now, that chair is not good. I think my biggest thing about the chair is this: the the clutch power for some of the plates in here on the chair are a little subpar. And what it is that because I've got big adult sized fingers and I am trying to push chairs and all this stuff into place and do yada 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 and this and that. And as I'm, that darn stinking arm of both the arms of this. So one of the problems that I have with this particular chair is that nothing wants to clutch down, and quite honestly, like, it is the chair itself. It's a cool design. Like, I love the design of this thing. I think it works, but this should have had a plate underneath it holding it together. So when you do go and see, and I keep knocking that stinking thing over and over and over, which tells you this: clutch power for that particular plate and the way they put it together is subpar. Just not good. That is such an aggravating thing. That is, and here's the thing. All in all, this is a cool build, but there are features in this that show the mark of an amateur designer, in my opinion. And I say that with all regard in that, hey, fell off again. I'm going to end up throwing that part away. That is the absolute bane of my existence when it comes. I'm crashing out because I'm tired and I'm crashing out. So I'm going to call it a night because I don't need any more. That chair is not good. And someone asked me at work today. They're like, hey, do you craggle? And the joke is this: craggling is, if you watch the Lego movie, it's where you glue the parts together. I do not craggle. I like having bricks that have good clutch power and all that. I like that. I honestly, now what I do for certain things, I rebuild. I will go and I will rebuild pieces. Oftentimes I will remedy the problem that the designers failed to do to begin with. And I know it sounds like, hey, I'm all that, you guys are nothing, and that's not exactly the case. Like, I'm not meaning that at all, but I am meaning in that, yes, cool, we got this one thing. These sorts of little things should have been dealt with in the beginning when you were sitting down and doing this design. There are certain things that should have been done, and they weren't done. And I'm meaning that in the way of, hey, this sort of part of the build, what you're thinking, it doesn't work with what you're thinking here. It's not going to work in your way. Now, I'm not adding, besides for that one bar, I'm not adding any more pieces right now. I added the bar because I knew that A, you don't see it, but B, in order to keep the sign on there, it had to be done. I might end up doing the same for this chair. I might end up just the chair, the bench, yeah, the chair. So the chair in here, the coffee table is a little unnerving. The bench over here, the sign over here. I'd like to find a new stud or thing to put in there. This piece I'll end up plating across. So again, once I'm done and it reviews, there will be some repairs on this, because there's some things that are definitely
needed. Is it a cool set? Yes. It's a great set. Do I think that everything is perfect? No. As a matter of fact, right now, because of me having to switch some things and move some things, I'm not putting the graffiti stickers on yet. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hold off on that because I want to make sure that everything is set beforehand. Okay, and then we got 128. We got that realigned. That's all done. They're putting the stickers on, which there are 2 sticker styles to choose from. The second mode is as follows. So they've got the different stickers on there. That's the end of day 2. Will be, I say day 2. This is what, day 5 for me. So this is, or no, let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, day 5. So tomorrow will be day 6. And day 6, Saturday, long day, we'll end up finishing a lot of this. So all in all, this thing looks pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie, it's a cool look. Let's see if I can get it all lifted up so we can actually see some of what we're doing here. Boom. Okay, so of course we got the kind of lift that up so we can get in there a little bit more. Let's turn that light up just a little bit more there. Okay. So of course we've got the, again, good thing I plated it, because if that had been the base plate that we came with, lifting it up, all this stuff would have just busted off. Of course we got the sign, we got the beautiful architecture up here, hot dog stand, which is, I'm okay. I'm still, that needs to be fixed. A lot of this looks amazing. It looks really, really cool. I love the look of the window up here. This stuff is really nice. The stairs going up is cool. Sign, that needs to be fixed. I'd even like to find something to put there. I don't like it just being open. We got the rug here. We got the door. It'd have been nice if we had some sort of printing on the door to indicate, hey, brick by brick real estate. But, you know, I digress. That's it. And then we've got the, if we go in, I guess you can go and look through here. There's some really good things as far as like pictures and all that. Like there's some nice stuff, but I will go ahead and tell you, like, that chair, I hate you, chair. But I will say this, the oh my god, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, some of the clutch power is you really gotta go back and reset some things, like really push some things in. That is something that needs to be addressed. Some of the build techniques need to be addressed. But all in all, do I think it's worth, $109, $119 for 3,000 something? Yeah. Do I feel like it's still a good build? Oh yeah, it's still an incredible build. It's phenomenal. It looks great. It's got a lot of really good pieces, a lot of cool building techniques, a lot of pretty things. That door and that. I say, hey, a lot of pretty things as I knock all this stuff down. Let me get my pliers, because my big, giant size adult fingers are going to cause some problems. Again, pushing things down, making sure the clutch is nice and set. Let's see. Let's push that back in there. There. There we go. Now it's a little bit better. All right. So yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful set. It really is. Truly a beautiful set. This wall right here is nice and flat, and I was actually thinking about at one point lining this up with the skate shop. If this doesn't fit here, I'll pull these off and just line it up that way. But yeah, it's a pretty solid set, man. It looks beautiful. Really does. It'll look great. Like once we build the city, it'll look great in there. It'll be
very, very, very nice. So, all right, listen. Hey, thank you all for showing up, man. I'm sorry that sorry I fell asleep on live. Sorry I was crashing out over that chair. That chair and I, man, I'm gonna beat that chair to oblivion. No, I'm just gonna rebuild it. But you know, this is a cool build, but I will tell you, it takes a lot out of you. There's quite a bit here. It is solid, definitely 16 up, definitely. Some of the building techniques you gotta really process some things in order to get it right. Okay. So if you join me, if you messaged me and I didn't see it, I'm sorry. If you join me, hey, thank you. I appreciate that. You have no idea what that means. If you haven't subscribed, you should subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Like this. Comment down below. What's your favorite part of the build? What do you think the top's going to be like? Etc. Etc. You know, the routine. And yeah, I will, see you all later. So, I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build and happy brick hunting.